but just comfortable, right? It's comfort from Tundra.
It is. I mean,
yeah,
it really is. It's what Skeeter's been, feels like, I'm not sure on the numbers, but it feels like he's been playing it the most. At least in the games that they have been able to take home the wins.
Yeah, I wonder, these lanes are going to be really important. I'm really curious to see how 9 does in this mid matchup versus Alash. It does not feel like it's going to be very easy whatsoever. I feel like Boom should be able to take advantage. He skilled Lightning Storm right off the bat. I thought he might just go for the Split Earth, but I guess you can dodge that a little bit easier as a Monkey King. But yeah, it's Lightning Storm. Has gotten some buffs, yeah. Some changes, but still.
Because right, we're seeing more so the build, right, where you do just go for the straight stun and the straight, like the full damage, right? Or are you still taking the W and pressuring the tower? Well, like, what do you want to see?
In this game, I think he can just go the 2-0-2 and then you might go 2-4-2 just because he has Tide and DK. They're going to be playing around forcing objectives versus Tundra, while Tundra's going to just be looking to tower fight around that. I feel like he should get a couple points in it. But yeah, I'm very curious why he didn't get stun. Like, stun just feels more value versus melee, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe he won't sort of show that he skilled the lightning. You know, so 9's still going to have to play a little careful under the threat that it's there.
Yeah, definitely. And it is always there to secure range creeps and whatnot, so yeah. Only gets himself the 2 last hits, and now he is level 2, so whatever. Top lane. Aggro tri-lane actually coming out from
They're going to do a lot of damage here as well on a Skeeter. It's going to be all right, but yeah, the 3 of them leading in like that, so a lot of damage done onto the Wraith King.
Oh, this is actually quite clever. I like this a lot. I've been hoping that I see more teams running these aggro tri-lanes when you want to ensure that your offlaner always gets something, and if you see some greed coming out, right? Like, Puck can be a bit of a greedy 5, so yeah, I like that they're trying to punish that, and it is going to get Kezu some nice farm and nice experience bottom.
I mean, yeah, sure, you know, Kezu Downer against the Darkseer Spray. Is this a lane where the Tide is pretty safe? I mean, will there be chances for 33 and Biver to be aggressive on him, or is it going to be very risky?
I think once they get level 3 on 33, they can look to pressure a bit harder and just clear the creep waves. Tide Runner can have a little bit of trouble clearing those out early on. Might be a bit tough, but I could see them getting the double waves.
I'm seeing so far.
Looks like it's going to be pretty quiet, though. I don't know how we're going to see like lanes break. I think Viking is probably going to have to break them at some point, especially if they don't play this top lane perfectly. The thing about aggro tri-lanes, why we don't see them so much, is because you can really mess up your experience for your supports. And, you know, if you're not blocking hard camps or you're not blocking side pulls, it can be risky. As Fada jaunts in with death.
Oh, well, okay, he's dead. All right, easy first blood there for Viking.
He literally jaunted to block the hard camp because he knows how important it is. If Enchantress gets a hard camp, it's a lane that's just over. But yeah, he just gives him a kill.
I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe, you know, that is indeed the trade-off that he was going for. The mid lane matchup, folks, is it?
It's going
you said it was going to be good for the. Does it get better for the Lesh, or you expected it to already be going well for the Lesh against the Monkey King?
I thought it would already be going well, but clearly not. I guess just the animation or just maybe some slip-ups from Boom. He does have a worse base damage, but usually you can play just around harassing.
He's getting beaten pretty hard here. Nearly double the CS.
He got the win on the block, too. 9 actually just didn't block at all the first wave, and it pushed all the way into his tower. He was actually double waved, so I'm very curious how this is happening right now. Boom might have slipped up a bit. As top, they are effectively destroying Skeeter, though. He has 5 last hits up here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for the things that are happening in mid, they're definitely being made up for on this top half of the map. As Biver, he's trying to get in on this.
Wears off.
He's not going to get in them with the stun. They're going to try and turn here. Aramis turning onto Biver, but they will be able to push them away. Nobody's going to go down. Well, they've got the tri-lane versus tri-lane up here. As you say, Tundra just trying to make this area a little safer for Skeeters to actually get farm in the safe lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is
under attack. So Kezu will be able to continue farm bottom. 33 probably will be able to maximize a little bit better as a Darkseer, depending on what happens with the runes and whatnot. Since he does have the bottle in that off lane, he's going to be able to access it. Kezu will run out of mana, so that one's just going to be a boring farm lane now. I'm still just very surprised about mid, as we're seeing the runes getting checked out. Celery has a Hellbear Smasher, so Fiber has to be careful.
Let's see.
Which is it going to be? It's up top. Ooh, Biver, do you go for it?
He doesn't want Boom to get it. Oh,
Boom
but
Boom got the rune as well.
He was able to get it. Now Biver's been blocked off. He's going to get taken out. 9. See if he can get Celery in return. He's running him down. Oh, he's got to go one more hit for it. He hesitates. He hesitates. He's not going to get the kill, and now he's in trouble. He's got to run. A little hesitation there. I think 9 thought he had the kill with the Boundless. He sort of stutter stepped, backed off, and therefore couldn't actually get another hit in onto the Enchantress. Misses out on the kill.
All right, well, that's thankful for Boom.
Has saved his lane.
Catching back up in the lane. Yep, saved his lane. Has a regen rune, level 5. Now he's actually winning the lane pretty hard, so that's quite lovely. And bottom, we did see the Darkseer actually have to go back to base, 33. So KheZu able to hold his ground. He's just going to rush the hood. Lots of magic damage on the side of Tundra, so I like that he's going for this.
I mean, yeah, with that sort of mid lane shenanigans going on there, that sort of settled it and meant the Viking overall across the 3 lanes are coming out slightly better so far. Yeah. It's close, but a definite slight leader, just overall 3 of them for Viking here in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, that's like the worst possible thing that could have happened for poor Biver. You know, it's like they took the double slip up. You give him the rune, you die.
Yeah,
like everything went wrong.
That hurts.
As top Celery does go right back up there. TPs to the top lane. Shad, still no point in stun. I've usually seen a point in stun on these DKs early on, but often just have Breathe Fire as Skeeter. Again, getting set up on.
Not quite got enough damage though. Oh, I say that, the impetus nearly does it. But Skeeter will live. They've got a South ready for him. Bottom.
Where I've seen always having stun on the DKs, but he just has the Breathe Fires and KheZu.
I'm trying to go. Hood. I should have him this time with the Iron Shell damage. They're diving in. I'll find the kill. Finally, KheZu falls. I mean, he's been finding so much out of the lane, it feels like it was inevitable. Being left here on his own, he's finally going to die.
The 33 is just going to rush the Ags. That's cool. He does have such good heroes that it benefits the Monkey King as well as that Wraith King. So rather than going for any Mac, any Greaves, he's going for the Greed. As I feel like Tundra should go for this game. You know, it is their game for the later stages. They're able to stall it out always.
9 and Biver. They're trying to get aggressive onto Boom, but not quite enough damage. Boom's going to be fine. Aramis TP's in, and they're put off from pushing for more.
Always scary to go versus these Lech when you have so many melees just running in, especially when he's already level 7. Got to be a little cautious. Pressure alleviated from Skitter, top for now. Won't be able to catch back up as he's just versus Shad.
Oh, Skeeter throwing out a friendly tip there to Shad.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just missed a CS or something, or... Yeah, I'm all for some communicative tips, but I like some context. I don't know what that was for. Maybe that was because he didn't skill stun, you know? It's like...
Maybe. I always glance at the camera immediately when they tip. I'm always like, what's going on here?
And what we got? Yeah, so yeah, looks like Boom maybe going down the route you said. Yeah, he's got 2-2-2. So now making sure he's got points here so he can pressure towers.
You've already done your damage with 2 points in Lightning Storm in laning phase. Like you're hitting all the creeps anyway. Your stun is not really that effective past... It's good to max, but the second point is just super value. You always want to max Edict, or maybe he only gets 2 points in you. I still could see him maxing it, but I want them to take towers. That's the most important thing for Viking, is getting ahead in this game with this DK tight Lech. If they start to fall too far behind in this like mid or late stages, the game is going to be really hard for them. They're into a lot of carries and a lot of counter matchups, as we do see, you know, Monkey King, Wraith King quite good later on versus these heroes. Yes, there we go. So DK form is popped immediately as soon as he hits 6. Starts hitting on the tower.
Oh, Aramis.
And they're actually invading.
He's going to be able to get the setup hit. And with the follow-up from Boom, they're going to have the kill.
Very nice.
Nice move there from Aramis as they move in. Know that 9 is going to be cleaning up those stacks with that ward that they have got down.
They're punishing the greed for sure. As top just continues to be pressured, Wraith King can't go and contribute. They know it's just going to be a puck up here trying to attempt to stop this push. And they have good wards already set up to watch the areas of where Wraith King is farming. So they know Darkseer, Earth Spirit are bottom. They know they can commit pretty hard up here. But Biver TPs.
I mean, he's got the damage of this Iron Shell. It's a lot there, Celery.
Very nice.
Barely lasts a second. Same time
again, 9.
This time around, they're going to be able to finish the tower off. So getting a nice timing here on the tower. 8 minutes in. You know, I guess this is pretty much what you aim for when you're running the mid Lech.
Yep, I think he should continue to pressure lanes, though. Don't farm jungle, don't slow down. I think you want to keep applying some pressures. He actually cancels the TP. Looks like, okay, they're going to refill his bottle mid. They want him to just have full mana to be able to keep pressuring the map. And Tundra's going to back him. They're going to play such a farmy, greedy game. Viking They're actually going to use the smoke. So these 3 wards set up from Tundra in the mid lane to try to protect themselves from this. This could be really nice. They're able to blanket this area with wards as well. They know how much Tundra wants to play this farm game, so just keep looking for and hunting for kills constantly. Scouting ancient stacks as well.
Biver. I mean, he's not really the dream target here. But he's a target that they're going to go for anyway. He's able to make his way around Kezu.
Oh, they found 33.
33's TP'd in to try and help out. And he's going to pay with his life by the looks of it. They've got the lockdown. So they do end up actually getting something better than Biver there, as 33 comes in to offer a bit of help, but ends up making that movement from Viking being worth it. They get a core kill.
Very nice smoke. He had no idea that they were wrapping behind Biver there. They smoke, wrap around, get the kill, and they still continue applying pressure from Shad. And we're just watching Tundra. It's the full farm greedy game, and they are aware of the stacks, and they have a Tide Hunter on the side of Viking. If this Tide gets into these stacks after they take bottom, this will be really devastating for Viking. For Tundra, sorry.
See Fada trying to clear out the push down bottom.
They're persisting though. You see, like, Edict is back up. This tower is dead.
I'm taking some very, very good timings here on the objectives here with the push.
Yep.
They're playing it fast.
Kazu's walking in.
He's ready to start stealing these.
They even have the tornado as well. They have Boom in the area. Fada, he has 6. He has Coil. They have to bring 9 over with... Does he have Wukongs, actually? He doesn't have a point.
Has he not held a point? No, you're right. He hasn't. He hasn't, so there won't be any ult for this one.
They do at least have the 2 support ultis, which is pretty damn strong to push them away. So they will secure this area for the time being. Shad, that means he's just got a free lane top. Has a Blink Dagger finished on DK. He's going to continue pushing. And Kezu can just stand here. He can just kind of block them away from these Ancients and keep threatening them.
They can keep clearing them slowly.
Keep clearing them, yep. That's like the you know, what did Tundra do? They have to come over and try to stop him somewhere, or at least sap experience. But more rotations coming. They've got 4 now.
I mean, Biver's trying to get him. He's in onto the backlines, gets the silence down to the 2 of them, 9. He's looking for the Lion Kill. He'll drop the balance stroke. They'll get Aramis. The Ravage is out onto the 3 of them. Kezu trying to stand his ground, full up. Who stomp here from the Centaur as the wall is down, but they don't seem to carry it, Viking, as they push forward. Have they got any further catch, though? They haven't. So Tundra will be able to split and get out of there. That is the Ravage down, but also, of course, on Tundra's side, wall being expended.
Yeah, they're lucky to get out with only 1 person dying.
Oh, Shad. He's able to get the jump back in. Straight away onto Biver. They'll end up getting themselves a kill here. As the Earth Spirit falls.
I feel like Tundra's kind of lucky in that situation, not losing more. You know, they get the Lion Kill. I thought they might actually get return kill. The Darksteel, the slow from the wall, actually doing a decent amount of work there. Thought they might get at least 1 or 2 more on the side of Viking. But back to the Ancients.
Back to the Ancients.
He's got his whole team around. They've got Shad in the area too, with that fresh Blink Dagger on DK. Great forms of initiation. And now no Coil, no Magnetize. Much harder for them to push him away. But they have to watch. They have to try.
I mean, Fada's way, they do still have good vision of this, so he can try and time the nukes. He's going to get in. He's going to get 1. He's going to get 2 of the Ancients, at least.
He might... Oh, Shad. He was trying to find the Blink stun. Couldn't quite. And Kezu gets the cleanup. Great stuff from Viking so far.
I mean,
Tundra not falling too far behind, but very good pressure plays that Viking needs to continue applying. 3 tier 1s already taken. Still looking to be active, and it is giving 9 a pretty difficult place to find farm, because he wants to try to be a Space Mason for the Monkey King, but he really can't. If he shows up in a lane at all, he's dead. So he has to do some weird creep-cutting shenanigans, because there's just not a great place for him to really farm right now.
I mean, and how much pressure is on Viking to sort of close this one up early? Is there going to be sort of a certain part in this Wraith King's item progression where it's like, well, suddenly this game's actually very hard for Radiant?
Oh, 9.
He's fine. He's got the TP.
I think if they get these good like BKB timing on DK and the Lesh has, I think they can still look to take in later stage if they have like, you know, Roche and Aegis control and just overall overwhelming map control. But I think Wraith King, as soon as he gets Radiance, he's going to start looking to join because he's going to have Ion Shell enabled. So I think that's when Tundra's really going to start looking to get these big fights because they're going to be really tanky. Like it's already an Ags on the Darkseer. So that Wraith King, that Monkey King will have a lot of easier times to run into these, you know, very damage.
I mean, that's
damage heavy Leshrax.
Now over to the side, Chat. He's in with the opening. Biva is going to try and roll to the back lines, try and find Boom. Shat is continuing to focus them down, but the wall's down. And now Tundra, they're heading straight over to Boom. Skeeter's been able to close in onto the left, Stream Core down onto the two of them. Boom will fall. Shat will be able to turn, get another stun out onto Fada as they bring down the puck. Skeeter getting low, but he's got the reincarnation good to go as he's running them down. The ult will be popped here. Kezu heading in range.
9.
He's got the Ravage ready to go if it's going to find an opportunity to use it. 9 dropping the Wukongs, trying to split the fight up, but Viking, they simply step out of the ultimate. 33 will end up going down to the impetus of Celery. He's also going to be able to stay alive.
I love watching these 5 position enchantresses getting like 5 impetuses off in the fights. They actually do pretty solid damage, and yeah, they get the cleanup kill. Nice play there from Viking. At least Tundra gets a return kill to slow down this Slasher X progression. And it is Wraith King showing up before Radiance and at least getting something small.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, Viking just continue to have the edge in these fights, it seems, at the moment, and fights as well where, likewise, where we just saw that they weren't even needing to use the Ravage. You know, Kezu's still got that ready to go.
Yeah, and he's actually... Alright, so he's brushed the pipe for his team. So there's a lot of overwhelming magic damage, you know, Puck, Earth Spirit, Darkseer, and they have that Blink initiation from the DK. So I wonder if he maybe goes for his own other initiation also on the Tide, or if he's just this Brute Forcer, because they have a Blink also on Lion, very early for Aramis.
Yeah, they do actually.
So maybe that might solve their full initiation to catch these backlines. Because if they really do control the 2 supports on the side of Viking, if they take out Fada as well as Biver, the team fight's kind of just gone from Tundra. At least the follow-up, because there's wall and vacuum, but you need the follow-up. You need that coil to cover everything. So I think if they can catch the supports on Viking, they'll be in a really good spot in these further fights.
I mean, and for Tundra, are they still at this moment trying to avoid fights as much as possible, would you feel?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you can get, like, again, it has to be the coil into the Earth Spirit ult pretty much every single time for you to get this. Or just if he can actually get the setup for Wukong. I'm not seeing 9 able to, though. I think he's just way too fragile on Monkey King. He'll just die every time if he shows up. So it's really just Puck and Earth Spirit who dictate if Tundra wants to fight. But I think they're still a bit behind. And it's not going to get easier for, like, the next couple minutes when DK gets BKB too. He full counters all of Tundra. So they just need to play it a little patient, try to keep farming, getting this Radiance, playing their greedy draft.
They were sweeping over there behind Boom, but Tundra's ward's down. They see the Lesh and they instantly suspect that a movement's being made. They get themselves completely off that top half.
They get the bottom tower on the side of Tundra, so more map availability for them. Fada getting close to Blink. So these supports getting some better ways to cover themselves, to position themselves really far back, as it feels pretty necessary for Tundra. And oh, nice pick up there.
Nice
Nether Shawl.
I mean, both of those, bit of spell amp either way.
Oh, he doesn't want him. He gets rid of both. He keeps the Arcane Ring.
Okay. I mean, you know, some people like the Arcane Ring. I mean, what would you... I mean, I understand the Nether Shawl, right? You know, you kind of don't want to get punched in the face by this Monkey King and Wraith King. But then, you know, the Vambrace.
I thought I guess maybe he wants the DK to have the Vambrace because he's the carry, so that's the best item they've got.
That's true.
So far,
you're right. Shad's so probably getting priority here for sure.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Yeah, it's coming up right now, and he's very close to BKB. They're actually trying to take tier 2 pre-20 minutes.
I mean, they're getting it. It doesn't look like, you know, Tundra is that set at the moment on we need to farm. We don't want to get ourselves dragged into any fights that we feel that we don't need to take. They're letting this go. So we'll be you know, 18 minutes here, 2 tower, opening up the opportunity for good outpost control, and on top of that, of course, good ways of shutting down this top half of the map from Tundra and limiting the spaces that Skeeter can get out to farming.
Yeah, and Skeeter's, his Radiance it's coming along. It's almost there. It's a little bit slower than usual, but it's been a lot of pressure from Viking, not really giving him any room to get that space. Because 9, as we said, he's having a hard time making space as the Monkey King. He's 0, 1, and 1. He hasn't been able to find anything, as they've been just having to avoid completely versus Viking in this early game. And there we go. So BKB online for DK. Okay. Now Viking really start pressing forward the issue, just looking, hunting, playing under all these wards deeper, much deeper at this point now. They have to be playing kind of where they want to look for where Skeeter is right now in this enemy side. They know 9 has just been also pushing up bottom, so perhaps maybe getting a ward up on the cliff side, that Tinker ward, because he's been down here for a very long time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's actually Tundra making the move with that.
Dire's middle tower
They didn't
is
actually go
under
blink on Fada. He actually is going A on Disc. So it's going to be harder for him to get in, but he'll be protected versus the Hex when he does get it.
I mean, I do kind of like that when you are playing against 3 heroes with a blink, right? You know, 3 heroes with a blink stun.
It'll make it so he gets his spells off always. So if once he gets it, it is still a bit of a way away. He would have had the blink already, but... And let's see, he gets the D ward. They try to jump him. That's a DK form popped.
is under attack.
Let's see what they can find with this.
Oh, Skeeter, he's so close to Radiance. Oh,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
that must be spooky.
Well, they're able to get the...
Oh.
Keep that outpost under their control here before the 20-minute mark, as Tundra won't be able to do anything about this. Far too spooky for them to try and fight into Viking right now.
They have good ward coverage, though, in their jungle this time around, so they see the DK form, they see the DK cutting the wave top. And that's going to be, that's pretty much the Radiance for Skeeter. So time bought, and it's only 2k deficit. I feel like you're pretty happy for Tundra.
Yeah? You think they've sort of slowed down the game sufficiently enough?
Yeah, it feels pretty solid. The Darkseer, he's got, like we said, he's got Aghanims. Now they have the Radiance. They're going to be able to look to fight. I think Monkey King BKB is still important for 9 to not just get burst and die instantly, but they're definitely feeling a lot stronger to actually battle now. And when 9 has BKB, I feel like they're going to be way stronger in the fight. But pre this, I like this move from Viking. Force the Rosh. They're unaware that the Monkey King doesn't have BKB, but this is the perfect timing, since he is just a bit short of being able to look for that fight.
I mean, yeah, Tundra, they can't do anything about this, can they?
No.
No. This... And then, you know, this should really what allow Viking to push it to the next step now. Getting this Aegis. At least set them up for some tier 2s at the least.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Clear out, like, they need to win a lot of fights now with this Aegis. Just clear out, get tier 2s, win a bunch of fights, and just get Tundra into their base. Can't let Tundra keep farming like this now at this point.
I'll show you. So that BKB for the Monkey King getting very close. 9. Some TP's down bottom, but 9's playing it careful.
I can't believe he hasn't been caught down. He's been down here for, I want to say, 8 minutes, honestly. He's just been jumping in and out of the trees, and they have not looked for a solution of putting any wards down on the tree line. So, yeah, he's gotten away with it effectively.
And does this surprise you? What's sort of the reasoning here? You know, we have this game, 33 very much building for himself. After the Ags getting this BKB, we're not seeing any sort of aura items for the team.
I think he's just really worried about just the threat of the Ravage, and if they get through those moments of the Ravage, then they just win the game if they get to the later stages, is his thought. So if he just gets in the fights, pops BKB, he's going to double Ion Shell, he's going to get multiple spell usages off, and if they win, if they honestly win like 2 fights, maybe even 1 fight on Tundra, the game is just theirs.
Okay. I mean, is it like, will he just not get pipe at all this game? I mean, do you not sort of look against the core Lesh and feel the value of an item like that? Or do you sort of think to yourself, well, in reality, if all 3 cores have a BKB in the team fight, the magic resistance doesn't matter as much, and he can afford to get the BKB himself.
It's just a bit expensive. Like you said, he's going more for his greedy style as Fada. Looks like this time he will get caught, maybe. Yeah, he'll die.
Yeah, he's very dead.
Yeah, no, I think they're really just looking for that one big fight.
Yeah.
And then he just, they just all turn gold. They just run in. Ravage can't be casted on anyone. They kill a target, and then, you know, if they have a number advantage in the fight, they're going to likely win in the next couple minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still Aegis, though, Viking. Still have a little bit of some small moments to continue this advantage. They have to play these fights so clean. If they can get the Ravage off pre-BKBs, if they can get these controls off pre-BKB, the fights will look pretty good for them.
Sure. But you really, like, you're saying as if you feel that we see one bad fight for Viking and this game's suddenly going to get very, very difficult for them.
It does definitely.
If you see this
like
Wraith Kings or Monkey King just sort of cleaning up.
But Viking could also just win the game in one fight if they clean up and just go straight base. So it can go really back
Skeeter.
and forth. Skeeter, he's going to be found right away.
They found him here. They're going to be able to open up on the Wraith King. See if they can take him down quickly the once. They can. He's down once. Him and 9 comes in the BKB. Wuko's command down as the Aegis gone out of boom. Celery will be able to get to the side, but he's pretty deep in the middle of it here, Boom. Has he got any way of making it out of this? He's trying to run, but he's dragged back by the back, and the Ravage comes out, but Boom, he's already dead. Right. Boom's going to buy back in an attempt to turn this around. 33, he's escaping. It will finally fall. They'll turn over towards the Monkey King, and they'll take him down as well.
And they bought back. They need to just take a Rax right now. This is get a Rax advantage off of this fight.
And they might just be able to do that here.
Does get burst, but yeah, they can do this here. There's no ults except for Magnetize.
It's a lot of damage here. Boom, reading the situation, realizing that a lot can be done here with this buyback. They've got the fortification. Still 30 seconds, no 9.
Yeah, they have to keep going.
They've got the jump on the side. They're in on to Biver. Silence will stop the follow-up stun for now. But is it going to last long enough? It isn't. Biver's gone. Another jump. Viking keeping the pressure up. As the tier 3's down, they're onto the barracks. Just Skeeter and Fada alive at the moment, trying to push them away. Trying to not lose their racks here as early as it is. 33's back in the game.
They're not going to actually be able to finish it in time. That's pretty huge. Look at this courier, Micro. Do you see this? 33 pulled the wave with the courier. That's why the back door reactivated. I was wondering where the hell the creep wave was, and I'm watching a courier. Oh my god.
I was kind of thinking, I was like, so who sniped the creep wave? But indeed, look at that.
It was a skeleton from Wraith King. I'm like looking around. I'm like, what the heck's going on over here? He pulled the creep wave with... Okay, so push has been stopped right before the rack.
And down bottom, Kezu. He's in trouble here, 9. He's on the chase, Kezu.
Can you get it off?
Oh, no, he kites 3! I mean, they're going to get Kezu anyway. But always funny to see that. 9 suddenly finding himself on the ground, thanks to Biver. But hey, they get the job done in the comical style.
Not too shabby.
I mean,
I think you smoke and look for another fight. There's no Tide Hunter. All the ults were pretty much still used from Viking, so just look for a hunt. Yeah, look, Fada needs to catch something with Coil. Same thing with 9. Just keep looking. You're very mobile on the map with these heroes, so they can swing around. I mean, Aramis is sticking around and farming a camp right now.
Oh, we're going to see this on the replay again. Is it up to the tree? Viper says no. down you go, sir. Let's see what they get with the smoke here. As doesn't look like that.
Reclaim outpost.
They'll find anyone yet. No, they're off this side of the map in time. Got the Mage Slayer coming out next for 9.
I like it. He just needs to be the nuisance. It's Skeeter to carry. And it is, I mean, it's a good item anyway versus what he's up against. It's supplies versus everything. Always got to be good versus Slash.
Oh, it's nice. It's the My Dark Seer didn't buy pipe item, you know? It's like, well, we're not getting the magic resistance, so I guess I'm going to have to tone down their magical damage, you know? He's a team player 9 here.
So Shad, is that a full AC finished up on him? Okay, so Vikings still itemizing for this, just ending the game ASAP as soon as possible. All these quick, big items, these big armor items in particular. Protect versus the Wraith King and the Monkey King. And still in a good window right now. They need to get these fights, just keep rolling these fights, and they need to protect the Lesh. That's going to be the biggest thing. It's eyes on Boom. If he's in the front line, he's just going to die, and then they have no Lesh. So he has to be super careful as he doesn't have his BKB still.
I mean, they don't have sort of the best of ways to save him, right? They've got to pipe themselves, of course, on Kezu. A lot of stuns to cover him, but nothing, item-wise or skill-wise to sort of take him out of the fight or protect him if he gets immediately jumped on.
I think you hide him for now. I think he just goes and farms safe places on the map, finishes BKB before he looks again the fight, because he'll just die instantly. Yeah. And then they'll actually just be 4v5, and they can't win those fights. So he needs to finish that up so he can actually play in the fights. As we see Skeeter hunting with Blink, turns his Radiance off.
Oh, hello.
Looking for a jump. Maybe just finish off the tower.
The question is, do Viking want to try and take a fight here? They've got Ravage.
Don't bring Lash. Let Lash finish BKB.
I mean, they're starting on Celery. Celery's going to get caught here behind the tower. Kezu's coming in.
He jumped Kezu?
He's in now. He's been coiled. I see if they can keep him safe. A stun from the high ground will hold back Skeeter. He's fine. I mean, Kezu, he's very tanky. Very tanky right now. He can afford to go.
You can see that they're just like, we need Lash BKB. He does not want to come to fight. All right, he's got BKB.
He's got
Losing Enchantress, whatever. A nice hit by Tundra, but the best target that Viking could lose there for themselves. As AC's finished, They're nearing level 18 for their big, at least that DK Frost form, which will help a lot versus these melee carries.
Kezu's nearly got his full Shiva's guard.
Same thing. Yeah, very good versus those melee heroes and versus the lifesteal that comes out from both Wraith King and Monkey King. They're looking for the fight. BKB Lesh, they saw 2 or 3 heroes. They might be able to get a good surround.
Well, this Ravage could be big if Kezu can get the jump.
Fada?
He's already off to the side. They're backing away, Tundra. They know that the Vikings chasing them down. Fada. He's still got the Eon Disc. He's going to proc here. See if that gives him enough opportunities to get out. It will. He's into the trees, and Viking, they're careful about chasing any further. They know that they've sort of shown their hand, and Tundra can prepare. So they'll back off.
Shad used his ult as well. So maybe there's a small timing window where Tundra's going to look to hit back, but still hard always into Ravage, just jumping into the fight.
Do you like this choice here from Shad as well after the AC, going for Daedalus as a damage item in this game?
He needs some way to hope to scale in case it does go to the later stages. So yeah, I think it's a needed item.
Mosquito gonna try and start things onto Shad. They've got the BKBs ready to pop. Bivo immediately rolls his way back out. Shad's gonna pop the BKB as himself.
His ult form's ending.
Now unable to really fight here, Viking. They've got to sort of play it back a little bit. We are seeing that lead that they have start to fall slightly. Now just a 3k advantage. And again, it does feel sort of each of these sort of pokes and prods that don't quite result in a successful fight are definitely favoring Tundra in the long run.
Yeah, especially with the way that, the way they're itemizing. 9, he's got that Mage Slayer picked up. It's going to be very effective to keep his teammates alive versus this Leshrac.
That's a huge amount
Shiva's now done for Viking. They got to find an opportunity to get fights and look for that next Roche to be able to end this game.
Now how's 33 doing after his BKB? We're yet to see what he wants to get next. I mean, what do you think he's sort of considering?
Honestly, not too sure. Not really that sure.
There's a lot you can do in it. Dark, so, there's one of the brilliant things about this era. There's so many different items. You can build for sort of any occasion. So we'll see which route he wants to go. He wants to go the aggressive route.
Shad. Gonna get the jump on him.
They get a jump. He has got the BKB ready to pop. And is he going to be able to get it out? He's already so low, Shad. He's going to go down. They're able to take him down too quickly. Boom. He's popped the BKB. He's trying to stand and fight. Kezu does have a Ravage if he wants to pop it, but the Wukong's command's already down. So is the wall. Kezu, he's going to pop the Ravage, but he's having to run. They can't turn and fight with this. The stun will clip onto the Wraith King. Knock down Skeeter the once. There'll be a buyback here from Shad, but the Dream Core's down onto Kezu. As Kezu will fall, no buyback available from Kezu, so he can't come back into this. Boom! He tries to walk straight back in. He's dead! Out for 133 chases on Vacuum onto the 2 of them. Tundra's just diving them into their base. They're running down Aramis. Aramis goes down. Shad, he's brought back for this. He needs help. He needs it now, but he's not going to get it. Shad goes down. As Tundra, they're just crushing them in the high ground. They've lost a couple, Tundra, but it doesn't matter because 9 is cleaning up. Viking losing 2 heroes there on a dieback. So all in all, I think about 7 deaths there, really, if you do some quick maths. The 4 of them, then the 2 buying back and dying, and then adding the Lion who died. There's 7 people. A lot of deaths. It's now a 3k lead for Tundra. And that was pretty much the worst nightmare there for Viking in this sort of a game as they completely lose the advantage.
Yeah, and they've really lost their timing. When they're pushing at mid, I was like, you need to get this Rax. You need to really push forward, and they weren't able to get it from some clever creep cutting, of course, from 33 with the Courier, but now they're in full form. Tundra, their lineup is fully kicked together now. That Monkey King, that Wraith King, they're just killing the DK. In 1 or 2 stuns, they actually get him. They control him before it comes out. I mean, that's just too much damage.
Yeah, in those sort of situations where Viking as a team, they can't keep Shad alive, they can't keep Boom alive. You got to sort of ask yourself, what are their hopes in these fights if they can't protect their cause?
Precise smoke coming out from Tundra, though, right? If Kezu is on that positioning there, if he's able to get a Ravage early out to stop all that aggression, perfect. But just the fact that he wasn't there, just a great smoke from Tundra, just reading the map, yeah, getting the perfect rep. They got the DK in the front. The absolute perfect one for Skeeter to get that initial stun on.
We're seeing some rich heroes now on Tundra.
Yeah.
3,600 gold on 9 ready to spend. 3,800 here on Mr. 33. He's definitely got a lot of options open to him.
He hasn't selected what he wants. I was thinking maybe just some refresher or something like that, but I don't really know what.
I'm expecting something big from him.
Yeah.
As you say, Refresher, Hex, whatever.
This feels like the last hurrah from Viking. They pop the DK form.
They have
They're
to
gonna
get
try
this
to force the Roche. If this is their
They
last
lose
fight.
this.
If they lose this fight, the game is just completely over. As they're just, the counters are really starting to show themselves. The Tundra draft, that greed. 9 just waiting on the high ground here, saving his buyback.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Are they going to get the jump,
They go for
Chad?
the jump.
He's going to come in straight away here onto Skeeter. See if they can take down the walls, but Skeeter's able to turn with the stone walls down. BKB's out for 33. Wukong's command out as well as Viking. They've got to step to the side. Kezu gets back in, takes down Skeeter once with the anchor smash. Kezu will pot the Ravage. Shad, he's trying to turn. They've got the follow-up stunning from Boom as they take down Skeeter. They turn over towards 9. 9 will fall. Double kill for Boom. This is the fight that Viking were hunting for. As this time round, it's Tundra's 2 cores that take a fall. Viking over to the mid. They're going to be able to chase down 33 as well. He's trying to TP, but they've got the stun. Boom in again to put a stop to the escape. As Viking, they're not even done yet. Aramis, he's got the lockdown onto Fada. The rest coming over. They take down a 4th. A beautiful jump there up to the high ground. As this time it was Tundra that was not ready for this. Shad immediately in, finding their target, getting skidded low that first time round, and then by the time the cleanup was coming into place from Tundra, it was too late. Viking were too strong. They were able to wait out this Wukong's and turn things around.
I cannot believe they actually just jump into the high ground there. It seems like initiation is just the key to this game as they find the target, take out that quote-unquote tanky Wraith King, and now they're actually going to be able to set themselves up for Roche. Aegis cheese.
I mean, yeah, that jump, a beautiful initiation. It's not easy in this game, especially after you've just come off the back of such a detrimental fight. I mean, maybe one of the factors, though, that you could argue made a bit of a difference, that fight was taken in a situation where 9, he had 4,000 unspent gold, and 33 also had 4,000 unspent gold. So there was 8k gold in the air for that fight from Tundra.
It's still crazy, though, the positioning that they take the fight, because that's usually one of those amazing spots for where Monkey King is just going to thrive, right? The Wukongs in that area is really tough to play around, but the Wukongs didn't actually catch much of anything. Skeeter was on the right side, and they just surround him. Yeah, they slaughtered him effectively with chain stuns and not letting him move at all. As now with Aegis, they have a DD in the bottle, too. Still looking, I mean, surprisingly, still looking pretty comfortable in this one. I thought the Monkey King and this Wraith King would have these incredible fights, but if they get jumped on, I guess that can make the difference.
They've got that chain locked down. And we'll see some of that money now spent up. 33's got the Solar Crest. So further ways to enable his cause. And Scotty is very close to being done here from 9.
Yeah, they still have to find ways to, I guess, to protect Skeeter. He is a little bit vulnerable as he doesn't have AC, doesn't have BKB to protect himself versus all that chain stun. So, yeah, 33 Solar Crest to guard him and just buff him up versus the physical damage that Viking also does have.
I see Skeeter also very close to his next time. The AC shortly to be done.
He's still going to get controlled a lot in the fights, but yeah, at least that will help them out to counteract the AC that's on the opposing side. Even though the wall, I think, was catching the DK a couple of times,
That's what I was going to actually say about that.
Anyway.
Is there not sort of the argument to be made that you can skip the AC on the Wraith King because you have the Darkseer on your side and you're playing against another AC, or is it just still so good on the hero that you don't want to skip it at all, even in a game like this?
I honestly think the BKB was probably the best purchase he could have gone, but they were rolling, right? They just got that like chain kill on Chad. They double killed the buybacks of the DK and the Lash. I think he was starting to roll with it. And he was like, let me just get the big item. Let me get the AC because it's just better for me overall. But and maybe it ends up hurting him. But it also does give you your own benefits too, right? Like it does give you your own armor, your own attack speed.
Sure, for farming and everything else, and when you're not in the fights where there's a Dragon Knight illusion on your team.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, it's still a really strong item. Shad has this DD right now. He has his ult pre-popped. They have an overwhelming blink as well on Kezu.
Let's see if they can get the jump this time. All about him makes that initiation as we've seen the last 2 times.
Kezu's blink does 500 damage too. That's actually a pretty significant amount.
500, yeah, I guess that is what the maths adds up to.
Yeah, it's 500 and it'll do what? The 6-second movement speed slow, and it's a Wraith King with no BKB. It actually is going to be pretty impactful, I feel like. He's gonna have Surge and whatnot to
Wait,
play around,
where are you getting 500 for?
50% movement slow, sorry. Wait, what? The damage?
the damage.
200 plus 100% of your strength. Oh, sorry.
He's not got
350.
300 strength. What are you on
I read it
about?
100 plus
What are you
200.
reading? Wait, what maths were you doing?
Even my math was wrong anyway. I was reading it the opposite way.
Oh,
Still
okay.
anyway 400, but whatever.
That's all right.
It's still a good chunk
It's
of
still
damage
300
anyway.
damage. Yeah, 300 damage.
And I think the slow is the bigger effect that's really going to be the
Sure.
value. If versus Darkseer Wall as well, too, if he's able to get the timing, and versus like Wraith King without BKB, those seem pretty effective.
That's a nice item.
That is a nice
The
one.
Trickster Cloak. Very annoying to play against. Who's going to take
Who
this?
carries it? Just 33 then, I guess? Yeah, probably. They already have better items on
Yeah.
Skeeter as well as 9. But yeah, initiation is going to be absolutely everything. As
It really
we've
is.
seen.
Yeah, they're coming out. Tundra's going to try and catch them outside of the base.
9 spent
Kezu.
gold. He bought the full Scotty.
Skeeter, he's going to jump straight across. He's looking to take down the supports first. They're going in onto the line. The wall's down, onto the forward. The BKB's out for Chad, but the Wukong's command's out. They're caught in the middle of it all. As they've lost Aramis, they've lost Celery. Biver will fall. There's the Ravage from Kezu coming out. They'll look to try and turn things around. Have they got the damage to take down this Monkey King, though? They haven't. Or maybe with this follow-up stun, the
do.
damage for Shad. They do. 9. He gets to barrel this off, but it doesn't matter. Shad
Holy
has
moly.
the damage here. As him and Boom stay alive. 33 running up to the high ground, trying to escape. He's going to be able to get one. No, Kezu's in with the overwhelming blink. As it's 4 dead. They haven't got buybacks. There's no buyback available on 9. There's no buyback available on Skeeter.
Kezu with beautiful patience on the Ravage. He just waited and waited and waited. He sees the Wukong. It's still scary, but he waits. BKBs go down Ravage. Now they're getting the jumps. These buildings are dying.
There's no buyback. They can't hold this, but surely. It's just down to Biver. Nobody
got
else can
this.
come back into the game. They spent up. They don't have money. It's game over. It's GG. Viking will take game 1 here.